determination. Douglas wasn't happy. He sat in a siding at Tidmouth, longing to work again. It had been 3 days since his accident, and all he could do was sit there, watching his brother struggle. The other engines felt sorry for the twins, but sadly they couldn't help. Soon Edward arrived to take Douglas to Crowden's Gate work. It's all right, comforted Edward. It's not your fault there's too much work for you and Donald to handle. Don't worry, you'll be back to work soon. Later that day, the new engine came out of the works for tests. His name was Barry. A solid black engine with the letters LMS on his tender. He looked very smart. Overall, Barry's tests had gone well, but there was a slight problem.
He has a tendency to lose steam quickly,
said a workman.
He can manage for now. The problem will need to be fixed sooner or later.
We will have to deal with that later.
Donald and Douglas together could barely handle the workload before.
Donald surely can't manage it all on his own for much longer.
The Fat Controller was right. Donald was struggling. He had collected a goods train from the other end of the line, and because of time conflicts had had to take Douglas's stopping passenger train as well. The train was far too heavy for Donald to manage on his own, and soon the weight of it began to catch up with him.
I need a drink,
panted Donald.
I can't go much further. Oh, can't we stop?
Oh, I'm sorry, old boy. You know we can't stop in the middle of the line. We're almost at the last station. You can have a rest and a drink there.
But Donald never made it. As he emerged from the tunnel, he ran out of water and came to a complete stop.
Oh, well that's torn it,
said the driver.
We're stuck.
At least I can catch my breath now,
said Donald.
I was longing for a break.
Donald's driver walked to the nearest signal box and notified the signalman of the dilemma. He set all of his signals to danger, and minutes later Barry was stopped outside his box. Donald has run out of water and is stuck in the middle of the line ahead, said the signalman. You must find him and pull him as well as his crown to Tidmouth.
Barry has steaming problems,
his driver explained.
I don't know if he can pull an engine as long with its entire train.
Well, there isn't much of a choice, driver, the signalman replied. We can't keep the line blocked. Besides, you won't be able to get through unless your engine can move them out of the way. You'll just have to try your best.
Yes, sir,
replied Barry nervously.
Come on, Barry,
said his driver.
Let's show Sodo what you can do.
Donald's driver had just returned when they heard an unfamiliar whistle.
Who is that?
asked Donald as they watched the Ivet chuff into view.
You must be Donald. I hear you need some help.
Ah, so you're Barry. Well, I didn't expect us to meet this way.
Barry slowly buffered up to Donald, and with a blast of his whistle, the train was in motion. Things were looking bright. Barry was steaming well, and the train was running smoothly, but not for long. As Barry started up the hill, the steam pressure began to drop, and they soon began to slow down.
You're losing steam.
Cried his driver.
I don't think we can go on.
But we have to. We can't let the fat controller down. I know I can do it.
Barry's driver wasn't so sure, but still he opened the regulator wide open, and slowly, but surely, snorting and panting in front, Barry managed to crest the hill and coast smoothly down the other side. The fat controller was waiting anxiously for Barry and Donald when he heard a loud whistle. Crawling and panting into the yard was Barry, with Donald and his train in tow.
I'm proud of you. You truly are a courageous and brave engine. A credit to my railway.
Thank you, sir.
Your steaming problem must be fixed before you can start work again. I'm sending you back to the works, and soon you'll be good as new.
Thank you, sir.